Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for your work week forecast for February 7th to the 11th. And the weather is looking a little less impactful this week than it has been the last couple weeks. No big storms, although we will have a little bit of light snow and maybe a little bit of mixed precipitation today. And then we will also have a chance of some light snow on Thursday, I think, as well. So not entirely uneventful. Temperatures will also be warmer than we've been lately, although not real warm. So no big warm up, but we'll have days kind of in the low 30s, a lot of days in the low 30s, and a pretty quiet weather week in a lot of ways, which I think everybody is prepared for after a couple of weeks of a bunch of mess and going on here. So let's look at what's going on radar-wise here. Here's our storm getting going here across the southern southeastern United States, and it's going to go mostly out to sea. But these radar echoes that are kind of bubbling up and kind of a pre-runner storm could get some light snow into southern Vermont, and maybe even some light mixed precipitation as the day goes on in the lower elevations of the Connecticut River Valley. I'll show you a map in a second of where I think snow is. This is basically going to be pretty minor accumulations. Roads could be a little slick this afternoon, so you want to just be aware of that. If you have to head out this afternoon, just plan to have to maybe take it slow a little bit. But I don't think it's, by no means is this going to be anything that we're going to remember after a day or so. And then our next system, you can't even see it. It's way back here. It's going to be a clipper system, so we'll talk about that in a minute as well. In terms of satellite imagery across the East Coast, you can see here's our storm bubbling up. And if you look at the faint clouds here, you can see we've got some moisture kind of running up. And also this jet streak here, these fast-moving clouds are part of the jet stream. And what happens here, this jet stream is heading here. And why we're getting a little bit of precip here is there's both a little bit of energy heading in this direction and some moisture moving in this direction. Plus, this is on this side of the jet stream. This is called the left or the right entrance area. You often do get a little enhanced lift, which we're going to get, which is going to try to get some of this moisture up in our direction today. It's pretty subtle, but again, there is a little bit of moisture there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that for this afternoon. In terms of what I think is going to actually happen with that, we're looking at, here, let me get out of the way so you can actually see what's going on. We're looking at just an inch or two, basically across the higher terrain in southeastern parts of the state. I think a little bit more mixing happens with some kind of freezing rain, or, well, not really freezing rain, maybe some freezing drizzle. Not enough to probably cause huge issues on the road, but freezing drizzle or sleet right along the Connecticut River, and then less precipitation as you head west of the Greens and north of, say, about Route 4 in northern parts of Rutland and Windsor County. I think we're just less than an inch of snow, maybe a coating up here as well, and maybe an inch or two here. Nothing too significant, but again, enough that it could be a little slick this afternoon. In terms of our Thursday clipper system, you can see the track it's going to take. It's going to be headed, it's well up into north of Lake Superior, kind of comes across, picks up a little bit of moisture, and as the front swings through to Thursday, I think we could see some snow squalls out of this, maybe another, I think similar snow totals we're looking at, although maybe in different places, but I think an inch or two of snow is probably what we're looking at. I don't think we're going to tap enough moisture here to really cause any significant issues. So in terms of your forecast, what are we looking at today? A little bit of light snow. We're in the mid-30s today for a kind of on average, upper 30s maybe in the Connecticut River Valley. Then we fall back down in just to the upper 20s tonight as we're kind of relatively warm pattern here. 33 tomorrow on average. Tuesday and Wednesday, both days pretty similar with a little bit cooler overnight Tuesday as we get down into the single numbers, I think, for a lot of us on Tuesday night into Wednesday. But clouds, mix of sun and clouds both days. Thursday, a little bit of light snow. Like I said, I think accumulations will be pretty minor. We'll have to see lower elevations may mix with a few raindrops for this as well. And like I said, accumulations probably not more than an inch or two out of this system as well. And then Friday, we're cooler. Friday's the coolest day of the week, although still upper 20s. So seasonably, that's pretty seasonable temperature actually for mid-February by that time. Next chance for significant weather event would probably not be until the beginning of next week, and that storm may go out to sea, but there's definitely some signals for a potential storm for the beginning of next week. We'll have to wait and see, way too far out to really know what's going to happen there. In terms of your outdoor activities forecast, is really good week for outdoor activities. Great week to ski. Light snow afternoon. Light snow this afternoon. Roads could be a little slick, so just be aware of that if you're out skiing today. Tomorrow and Wednesday, both great outdoor days, for skiing, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. There's enough snow for that in places where it's been groomed. I mean, the snow is not great otherwise for that, but in places where they groom it, it's been pretty good. A little light snow, minor accumulations possible on Thursday, and Friday is another great outdoor day. So really a good week to get out there and to try to enjoy some of this winter weather as we get a little bit more sunlight. You probably have noticed that the sun's staying up later into the evening, and that will continue. We actually gain quite a bit of light each day in February, and that only increases through March. So we're getting to that time of year where we start to think a little bit about spring and winter activities. It's usually a little less cold, so we should hopefully be able to get out there and really enjoy those winter activities. All right, I will be back. I may do an update on the Thursday storm, depending on what it looks like. That would probably come Wednesday morning. My patrons will get a Wednesday forecast for the weekend. So if you're interested in getting that forecast, you can check the link below to see what becoming a patron entails. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel before, I would encourage you to do that. This helps make sure you don't miss any of my forecasts. And I will definitely be back on Friday morning to look at your weekend forecast coming up.